You ready, babe?
Ready.
So I got a new software version about 3 days ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What does this one do?
Same thing, but a little bit better at a few places. But yeah, it's like a distant point release. I know you don't like care about it, but it's like, you know how software has like point releases, you know, like 3 or 4. This is like the most distant fourth point. So it's but there's a, bless you.
Thank you.
But there's a bigger one on the horizon. Handled that car pretty well, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You really got it.
This seat's so comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Bless you.
Thank you.
I think you're allergic to me.
Only if you're around some floozies.
Oh, no floozies for me, baby. No floozies. Ain't no floozies out there want to have anything to do with me.
Mm-hmm. After they know that there's a crazy one right behind you.
I'll tell you. All they got to do is meet you for 5 minutes and they'll know you're crazy. And I meant that in a good way, babe, by the way. No, I'm just kidding. Look at these. They've got some really nice Christmas decorations there. Are we putting up Christmas decorations this year, or are we just going to stay with the inside stuff?
The outside?
Yeah. Do we even have, I thought we left those lights on, you can't see them, but the lights along the roof.
Oh, we took those out.
Oh, did we? I was wondering, because I thought maybe Jason had done something like take them down for us, or maybe not. But I don't care. I mean, we got enough around the neighborhood. I don't need like a big old Disney Winter Wonderland thing going on in my front yard.
Be nice though.
Yeah, every once in a while it's nice, but we've got enough of them around the neighborhood, and we don't have little kids.
Yeah.
Right? It's one thing if we still had little kids, but...
Let's be honest, it'll probably stay up till February.
Yeah. Maybe April. Traffic coming through here. Oh, never mind. It's 6 o'clock, 6:15 almost.
People coming home.
People coming home. You got mass getting out.
That's a gorgeous church.
It is, isn't it? It is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. One of these days we ought to go over there just to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know we're not exactly the... but, you know, don't worry, babe. I won't just totally go up in flames if I walk in there. Just don't stand too close to me. Or put the flames out if I do burst. So this is what company is Karina with?
She's with Kent.
Kent. I don't think I've ever heard of Kent.
They're a UAE, I believe.
Oh, the Emirates?
Yeah.
So this is like the Houston office of a UAE company?
I believe so, but their main corporate is in Canada.
The main corporate or the North American headquarters?
I think the North American headquarters is in Canada.
And it's a UAE company?
Yeah.
Is it oil and gas or just a bunch of stuff?
No, oil and gas.
Oil and gas. Yeah, I figured UAE is probably oil and gas related. Actually, UAE doesn't even have that much. Well, they got a lot of gas. They don't have a lot of oil anymore. But they're into everything. That's where Dubai
Yeah, they're
and
in
Abu Dhabi.
They're in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, okay, yeah. That's a big financial hub now. Yeah, if you ever want to feel really, really, really crappy about the state of development of our airport structures and everything, go to Dubai and walk through their airport.
I know.
You're gonna be like, what the hell are we even doing over here?
Well, I think their goal is to be the top of everything.
Yeah, well, they've definitely gotten close to it with the airport, that's for sure. The only airport I've ever been to that I would say either rivals or maybe even better than Dubai is Singapore. That's a nice one too.
Never been to Singapore.
Yeah, I had the. This was a wild. This I'm sure it's even more so today. But I remember, God, I was coming back from Nigeria or Angola. This is back in my Halliburton days when I was traveling the world for doing their audit. I think I was coming back from Nigeria, but anyway, I took anyway, I was on an Emirates flight half of the way, and then what was the U.S. Airways or something like that? I think you know what it was? It was United before the merger with Continental. So United was out of Chicago, right? And then they bought Continental, which was out of here. But yeah, I went directly from a Emirates flight to a United flight.
Talk about 9 days.
Holy shit! It was like, I mean, I felt like, what's the word I'm looking for? When you go direct, I mean, when I say directly, I mean it was like an hour and a half layover, nothing. So I literally spent 7 hours on an Emirates flight, and then another 6 or 7 hours on a United flight. And don't get me wrong, I know there's a lot of United people that are in our neighborhood, all that stuff. They're great people, but good googly moogly. It was like sad. It really was. It was so night and day different, and I mean not in a good way.
I think once you go Emirates, it's like
once you go Emirates, you never go back.
It's a high standard.
My God, it's not even a high standard. It's like the standard. Them and Singapore Airlines, they're really good too.
Yeah.
But Emirates for sure. Yeah, it was just depressing. That's the word I was looking for. Within an hour of being on that United flight, and just everything about it wasn't just the plane, it was like that service, everything. It was just depressing.
I'm sure.
Because you're an American, so you're sitting there and you've literally, within the span of 4 hours, you've seen just the most blatant difference of how it's, you know what I'm saying? It's like one thing to like, oh, I flew Emirates a month ago, and this time I'm gonna fly United. Man, it was different. No, I literally walked off an Emirates flight and got on a United flight, and it was like just depressing. As an American, it was depressing. And I know there's a whole lot of we don't obviously want to, Emirates, that's a national supported airline, and they put a lot of money into that, and it's the face of the country, right? For a lot of people, that's the face of the UAE, is their airline. So I get that. But you know what? For a lot of folks that come to the United States, they're going to fly United or Delta or, that stuff too. It's like, well, come on. I guess we just don't care. We're like, well, you know what? We got freedom of speech. So your flights are gonna suck, but you can say whatever you want. You can actually go online and say how much we suck. Yeah. Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, probably a fair trade-off. We're going to lose your luggage and the service is going to suck, but you can go online an hour later and say it.
Yeah, but United flight is good too.
You know, and that's why I don't want, in a vacuum, I don't want to, because I think as long as you don't get on an Emirates flight or a Singapore airline, just stay away from Emirates or Singapore Airlines and United will be fine. Seriously. Just don't get on those planes. I'm saying, I know that sounds cruel, but it's the truth. As long as you don't get on an Emirates or a Singapore Airlines flight, United and Delta and American, they will all seem perfectly fine and get you from A to B. But just don't walk off a 7-hour flight with Emirates and get right on a United flight. Don't. No. My recommendation is do not do that. Because if you're an American, like if you're not an American, you're just going to be like flabbergasted at it. Like, what are the Americans doing here? If you're American, you're going to get depressed. Kind of like the way, like if you go to New York and you walk down into the subway tunnels and you lived there and you see the same escalator getting worked on for 18 months. The Chinese get a factory built in 6 months and we can't get an escalator fixed in 18. The same way that might depress a New Yorker. That's the way I felt going from Emirates to United, was that. Don't get me wrong. I'll be a ride or die for all American companies. Like, obviously I ride or die for any company built and, you know, run here in the States, but, you know, you also got to be honest with yourself, right?
Yeah. Emirates is nice.
It is very nice. Yeah, you've flown it before. A long time ago. One of these days we'll have to go over to Dubai. Now that I don't have to worry about schedules or doing it for work, and just go to Dubai and spend a week over there or something. I love it. I probably went there. At one point, I was going like twice a year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I loved it. Because it's a hub, and I wasn't just going to Dubai to go to Dubai. It was a hub for every place else that I was being sent to in the Middle East and North Africa.
So when you went to Angola, did you have a security follow with you?
Once I was in Angola, yeah, we had in fact, there was a couple of French Foreign Legion guys that stayed with us the whole time. Angola is an interesting place. So I always tell people, God, maybe I ought to be careful about how I say this. Two of the best times I ever had, like some of the nicest people, and I'm gonna be honest with you, if somebody were to pin me down and say, JC, where were the best hotels you've ever stayed at? Luanda, Angola might be one of them. But if somebody were to tell me, JC, where did you see the most abject poverty? Was it Skid Row in LA? Was it San Francisco? And I'm like, dude, the San Francisco and Skid Row look like Bel Air Country Club compared to some of the neighborhoods I saw in Luanda, Angola. Yeah. It's gut bust, like you're in tears.
Yeah.
What you see there. And you know there's no hope. And they don't want that. They're not there because they're, personal freedom. No, that's it. That's it. That's all. And so you've got this like incredible divergence between the wealthy and the poor and the regular people. And I mean, it is like as immense, it's as wide of a chasm as you could get between two sets of people. And they're all from the same group. It's the same tribe, same ethnic, all of it, right?
Yeah.
But there's like, 5 to 10% of the country that is doing abnormally well. And then 90% of the country that is just as poor as people could possibly be poor. like I said, and I don't mean this as a joke, they would make people on Skid Row look like they're waiting in line at the Bel Air Country Club.
Jeez.
That's how bad it is.
Seems like Vietnam. Karina's gonna be at the gas station.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I need to go to Valero?
No.
Oh, at the H. Well, I've got it set for the parking lot here, so let's just see I want to see what it does in the parking lot, and then after that, we'll go over to the gas. Is she here already?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. It's okay. Whenever we go to Vietnam, then you can compare it to that, but I think that's like similar.
I
to
doubt.
what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I get you. But nah, I don't know. Angola. I don't think there's. Nigeria was a little bit. I would say Nigeria is a little better. In fact, I'd say Nigeria was a lot better. I mean, there was still definitely poverty, but it wasn't. It was nowhere near as dire as in Angola. And now, in fairness, I think Angola had gone through a civil war not that long before I got there, and so you had this town like Luanda is a town built for like 500,000 or 600,000 people, and all of a sudden after the Civil War you had like 17 million. So you're stuffing 17 million people into a city built for 500,000.
Yeah.
That's just, and you're not doing it over time. You're doing it during a Civil War, right up. So, you mind if I just see what it real quick what it does, and then if it doesn't park, then I'll just head on over to the gas station. I'll drop a link for the gas station. The drive's pretty good though, right? Smooth.
Yep, not as jerky.
Yeah. Passing the wife test, huh, baby?
It does ride a lot smoother than the S.
Well, I mean, but it's not the S versus the 3. I had a completely different software version when I had the S. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the car. It's the software version. So I was still on the last software version I had on the S was 12.3.6. This is 12.5.6.4. I mean, they're almost night and day different.
Yeah, it's improved.
Well, all right, just dropped my wife off here at the HEB. She was meeting up with one of her girlfriends, going to her Christmas party. And so now that she's been picked up by her girlfriend, Karina, I'm going to head on back to the house. Let's go. All right. Pretty busy at the HEB tonight. I was going to let it try to see if it would park, but it went down a couple of them and kind of was getting skittish around people over there. And I was just like, and my wife's obviously trying to get to a Christmas party with her friends, so I just decided to wrap it up. Yeah. FSD, trying to find emerging characteristics in FSD is not worth having a pissed off wife. But it did really, really well driving to the HEB from our house. You heard her say, felt really smooth. And you know, you got to remember, she's experienced every single FSD version I've ever had, and so she knows as a passenger. She won't use it herself. I always joke with her, I said she's one of those people, she's a control freak. She likes to be in control of the car and me. So she is not one of those individuals that she's going to be a late adopter of FSD. Like, she's going to be the last person on earth to push the button. And not because she hates it, she loves to drive. She likes to be in control of the situation, and I understand that. But as for me, I just love the technology. and I like to help push it forward. But she experiences it quite a bit as a passenger, and so she's felt each of them, all the way back to the early days, the first versions of version 11. I was never on version 10 or earlier. I did not come into the community at that point, but I did get the very first version of version 11. And yeah, at that point in time, if I just wanted alone time and I didn't want my wife in the car with me, all I had to do was push the button for about 5 minutes. and that was a bona fide way of me being able to ride alone by myself for the next month. And then she'd forget about it and then get back in the car with me, and I'd push the button again, and then we'd just start the cycle all over. But I kept at it, even though it wasn't very smooth. Just kept pushing forward. And now we're at version 12.5.6.4, and she said, yeah, it's really, really smooth. She likes it. So passing the wife test, as they say. And not to gender it, obviously, because I know there's a lot of young ladies out there that are also pushing tech and love FSD and do it just the way I do. But just a nomer we put on it there. So I've got, yep, that car right in front of us letting me know that it was in front of us. Okay, but you're driving, so you're just alerting yourself. But I get it, it's got to alert me too. I'll go ahead and apologize for tonight's drive. I know I don't have the front-facing camera, so there won't be any picture-in-picture tonight. But when it gets this late at night, pretty much any time I drive after 5:30 in the evening this time of year, it just makes no sense to have the front camera going because it's just pitch dark. So there's literally, I tried to do a picture-in-picture a couple of nights ago, and it was like I could not even tell the difference whether I had the picture in there or not. So I was like, well, no use making the effort to get that all cropped and put into the bottom right corner when you can't even see me talking. So yeah, for these night videos, I just stick with the front windshield facing camera and without the picture-in-picture. So again, apologies on that, but definitely for the daytime drives, I will, ooh, a little pothole there, but there's no way to really avoid it. That thing is huge. All right, we're at our infamous intersection here of 494 and Knox Drive. See how we do here. Coming up to the intersection. We've got a vehicle in front of us still. All right, they're starting to move up a little more. Yeah, we got quite a bit of traffic on 494 right now, so may take a little while to matriculate through this intersection. Ooh, Lord, son. You gotta be careful with that because you do not have the right of way. All right, we still got traffic on 494 moving through on both sides. We've got a big van about to take a left turn. Sancho's Tacos and Grill. There you go, they make their turn. Now we got some more traffic coming on 494. Yeah, it's pretty busy tonight. Let's just see. Let's say nope, here comes more. Yeah, this is why they're I totally get it. You see here now why they're putting in the traffic light. All right, we take our opportunity. Great job. Awesome. That was the only gap that was going to be provided to us, and it was not a lot, but we took it, and we did it well. All right, now we got to make this right turn. Now yes, there's a lot of traffic right here, and then there's a huge ditch to our right, so we're just taking our time. Absolutely fine. Ooh, look at all this. It is backed up. This right here, you see why they're putting in the traffic lights. In Montgomery County, I completely get it. I'm glad you put in a traffic light over there. Now turn it on. Look at this, Montgomery County. Anybody watching? Look at this. All right, after we take this left here, I want you to see this. Montgomery County. Look at this. Look at this. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that truck is kind of out there a little bit. We're going to go a little slow, get in between here. Great job on this little bitty county road with no lane marking. Golly. Look at this. I mean, part of me thinks they're better off tearing that traffic light structure down until they're ready to turn it on. Sorry, this is supposed to be an FSD video, not me at the steps of the Montgomery County Courthouse. Sorry about that. But it's hard not to, it's hard not to be a little angry. These are tax dollars at work. You know, my mortgage goes towards that daggone traffic light. My real estate taxes. I mean, it can get busy there, but I never saw it that bad prior to that traffic light structure being put in. And I'm telling you, we're going close to at least a month and a half, maybe 2 months of it being up. For the life of me, I don't know why it's taken so long. I mean, houses can get built quicker than that. So you're telling me it takes that long to get electrical wire strung and calibrated and timed, but you can do the same in a house within a week or two? Less than that? In a bunch of houses. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm fully supportive of having a traffic light there. Fully supportive. But I'm even more supportive of turning the lights on. All right, we got the traffic circle roundabout here. Yeah, I'm really crappy at segues. Sorry about that. Got the traffic circle here, does a great job. Car to our left. Look at that. Red lights in the tree, white around the trunk. Pretty. Put our left blinker on, take a left here. We are the only one with a stop sign at that juncture. Good job. That was an excellent job of FSD at the railroad intersection tonight. Excellent, excellent job. So I'm telling you, that is now the 8th time I've gone through that intersection since getting 12.5.6.4, and only 1 out of those 8 times has it hesitated. So I'm very, very happy with how this new software version that I've had for 3 days is handling that specific situation. A railroad intersection where you got to do, where you have no protected left, right, or straight ahead, and you got a traffic light structure with no traffic lights. You're like, would this guy shut up about the damn truck? Well, we're getting close to the neighborhood, so go ahead and start shutting this down. But I just want to say thanks everybody for listening in, watching. Had a great drive, no interventions. And I hope to talk to y'all again soon. Maybe tomorrow. All right, everybody. I hope y'all have a great evening and talk to you tomorrow. Bye.